Hi there, weavers. Well, I'm doing another quick project. I think the last thing I showed you was that broken warp thread that I tied off. I've gotten a bunch of comments on it. Let me mention, I wouldn't have done it with going across as a weft piece had it not been for the type of yarn that I'm using, or was using on that project, and on this project too, which is Harrisville Designs Highland weight. I know how much that folds when I wet finish it, and how I called it sticky. I think toothy would be another good name. That particular yarn is, and I know that when it's fulled, that little bit of warp turned into one little chunk of weft will not show up because it's so dark. It's very close to the color of what was around it. So that's why I did it that way. Yes, I know you can use the pin and go out farther and all that stuff, and I sometimes do that. Anyways, that's an update on my previous video. I'm doing another scarf. I'm using up odds and ends of Harrisville Designs Highland weight. That's the heavier of their two wools, to make a scarf. And I don't have enough of any one color to do something solid. So this is going to be a real mishmash of odds and ends of colors. But before I get into that, I wanted to show you something I bought. I don't know, there you go. Anyways, this is this little gadget. I got it from the Woolery. It's called a Rosies Bobbin Speed Winder Insert. Cost me 14 bucks. But I think you've noticed in other videos a while back that I tend to use an electric drill with a chunk of pencil in it to wind my bobbins. The problem with that is that the 5-inch Leclerc bobbins don't have the exact same inside diameter as the 4-inch Leclerc bobbins. Not a Leclerc, shot bobbins, not Leclerc. Anyways, so I always end up having to take different pencils and put tape around them to make them work. And after a while, the chalks come in and get tight and they squish the end of it. And then I got to throw a pencil away and get another one, and which is very easy to do. But this guy has got a metal end on it, just like you'd find on power tools. So I've not used it before. I'm just now getting it. Doesn't look like it's in perfectly straight. We'll try again. Looks pretty straight. So let's try putting on. And it looks like this piece right here is very slightly tapered, so that if there's any variance in the inside diameter of the bobbin, you're going to find the right place and it'll fit. So it makes it kind of universal. So I'm going to wind on one bobbin and see how this thing works. I always take the first 3 or 4 wraps just with my hand, and I'm going to do this, but when you see it, I'm going to cut the sound out so that you don't have to listen to the drill. first use, first impression. If you don't slide your bobbin on good and hard, it can slip. So, anyways, it did work. After I get done with this whole particular scarf that I'm making, and I've used it a few more times, hopefully at the end of this video I can give you a better evaluation of it. It wasn't that expensive, so it's worth trying. Anyways, I'm going to show you in just a second what I've got down here on the loom. I have done no weaving, I've just wound it on. And then we'll take a look at the weaving in a few minutes. Okay, weavers, so right now I'm showing you the petals underneath the loom, or the treadles, whatever you want to call them, where I press down with my feet. And you can see I've got them numbered because this is a 12 shaft 14 treadle loom, starting over there with 1, going all the way over here to 14. I prefer to use the middle treadles whenever possible, except for the very 2 middle ones, because then my feet are too close together. So if I don't need those 2, I don't use them. In this case, I need 6 treadles. So I'm using treadle 4, 5, and 6 with my left foot, and 9, 10, and 11 with my right foot. And I also prefer using a walking motion, so I alternate left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, just as if it were walking. Now this pattern is mostly plain weave, which you can see right here and right there. But then I've got these 2 areas of point twill that are in there for a little bit of accent and pattern in addition to the colors. So what that means is that I've got a section of plain weave and I've got to alternate my threading. So I made myself a few post-it notes. So I start out with the first section of plain weave. I've got treadle 6 and treadle 9, and I alternate between those 2 for a total of 5 times. That gets me this little section right here. Then I do this one, what I've called the center O. Treadle 4, then treadle 10, 5, then 11, 4, 11, 5, 10, and 4, 9. That gets me, so this is the center, and this is what I call an O, for lack of a better, because that's next. Okay, so to get that, I do this treadling. Then this little bit here of plain weave is this. 6, 9, 4 times and a 6. Then to get this X in the center section, I do treadle 11, then 5, 10, 4, 11, 4, 10, 5, 11. And that completes this much, or this much, whatever you want to call it. Takes me all the way across, and then I start over again back here with this. So that's my treadling plan, if you will. So just thought I would show you that, and now I think what I'll do is put the camera on the tripod and actually do some weaving. Okay, so I'm starting out with this first plain weave section, 5 sets of the 6, 9 treadles. Set 1. Set 2. Set 3. Set 4. set 5. Now we go to the center O, which will be right there, and that starts with a 410. So 4, 10, then 5, 11. Now 4, 11. 5, 10. And 4, 9. And before I can move on, I need to create a little space by advancing the warp a little bit. The second set of plain weave, so 4 sets, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll do this number 6, it's all by itself here, followed by an 11. And now we do a 5, 10, 5, 10, 4, 11, 4, 10, 5, 11, and there we are. I've taken you from this point right here, plain weave, circle O, or center O, plain weave, center X. I hope you can really see that. That's about as best as I can zoom you from where I've got the tripod, which it almost has to be there or else it doesn't fit behind my bench. So there you go. Hopefully when I get this all done I can show you some more. Well, YouTubers, I finished this project with the scarf that I was showing you just a second ago at your time, although a couple days ago at my time. So first I'll show it to you as a scarf. Now I've got this folded in half because it's so bloody long. You can kind of see, so it's really that long. And of course you could see the pattern in it. This has now been wet finished. It's off the loom, ends twisted, all of those things. And I don't think I showed you the finished scarf from before where I was doing, when I did that, the previous video where I had the broken warp thread. So here's that scarf, and again, these are both Harrisville Designs Highland weights, so look at how long this puppy is. And again, this is folded in half. I like long, wide scarves. To me, a scarf is not a fashion statement, it is something to keep your neck warm and your face warm in the winter, which is why I like wool scarves that are properly wide and properly long so that they can go a couple times around your neck and really keep you warm. So there you go. That's the scarves. Now the other thing I told you at the beginning that I was going to look at is this gadget. This, I've even forgotten what it's called. It's a speed winder or something like that I bought from the Woolery. It's a very good idea, but I'm not sure the execution is what I like. Let me grab the drill. And I don't know how this is going to show up, but can you see that The tip is not perfectly straight. It's moving up and down as we go around. I believe I've got it, the chock in here perfectly straight in my drill. And you should get perfectly straight with, where's the end of this? It's getting focus. This being a metal end, it should go in and be perfectly straight. The problem is that I'm guessing these things are made on a wood lathe, and they're turned on a lathe, and they use a drill or something to open up the end and stick this metal piece in and then glue it in. And in my opinion, this one was put in at just a very slight angle, which means that it wobbles. And of course, the longer your bobbin is that you stick onto it, the more the end is going to wobble. It's not perfectly straight. Now, maybe some of them are, but this particular one is not. So, while I like the idea, I can't necessarily recommend the product, because if you get one that's not straight, it wobbles a little bit too much as you're winding on. So, it's an excellent idea. I'm not sure about the execution. So there you go. That's my opinion of this $14 speed winder thingy from the Woolery. Like I said, it's not a paid promotion. I paid for this thing myself, and I'm giving you my opinion of it. Anyways, that's the end of this video. You've seen the two scarfs. You've seen my little winder. And now you've seen the video. So if you like my videos and you're not a subscriber, I would appreciate if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel and my, let's see, what's the name of it? My Rumble channel. I now have both. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. If you are a subscriber, thanks a million. Until the next time it comes around on the camera and the loom, bye-bye.